U.S. President Donald Trump has officially slapped all countries, including Canada, with 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports. His executive order went into effect just after midnight. The move eliminates all exemptions from Trump's 2018 tariffs on the metals and bumps up the levies on aluminum from 10%. The company, Brunswick Steel, is located in Springfield, Manitoba. Joining us now with reaction to the higher tariffs is Brunswick Steel President Justin Copp. Good morning, Justin.
Morning, Rochelle. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. Now, you've been in Springfield since 1971.
Correct.
What do you do there at Brunswick Steel exactly?
So we're a second-generation family business, started by my dad and his two brothers. We're a steel service center, so we buy steel in bulk, high quantities from the producing mills, hold it in an inventory, and ship to our customers as needed.
How much business do you do with the U.S.?
So us ourselves, we don't ship anything directly into the U.S., but our customers ship quite a bit into the U.S. There's lots of manufacturing in Manitoba, ag manufacturing. So yeah, a big percentage of our customers' business is heavily affected.
So the customer puts in a request to you and you take that steel and you form it, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, so we do a lot of parts processing, so we could take that steel, cut it, bend it, shape it in some sort of a way. We also have a distribution side of the business, so we'd sell as-is goods off of the shelf and ship to them, you know, for them to process it themselves.
This isn't the first time this has been an issue for your company. Back in 2018, Trump made similar threats. How did you adapt or change based on what had happened in the past?
Yeah, so in the previous Section 232 tariffs, I think we were probably a little bit flat-footed when the tariffs were announced. So this go around, we knew that the threat was there. So for the last 3 or 4 months, we've been prepping. We have a great staff who's been all over, you know, making sure things are looked after and secured. You know, things like bumping up our inventory levels, so bringing in more inventory in case there's any disruptions to supply.
Okay.
And also securing from different vendors. You know, the issues are, it's a disruption to the usual business flow. So, you know, we might typically have a U.S. vendor that we're buying from, where we can get product in about 6 weeks, and now we've shifted supply to maybe a European vendor, and it could take 4 to 6 months. So there is a temporary disruption. We've tried to avoid any issues as best as possible, but you know, there's risks there.
So what do these tariffs mean to your company then?
So initially for us, nothing until there's retaliatory tariffs. And we fully expect the Canadian government to step in and retaliate, you know, in lockstep with the U.S. or, you know, with the exact retaliation. So at that point, anything bought out of the U.S. will be, you know, 25% more. We have seen already, because steel is such a commodity, we already have seen some product pricing rising because of, you know, potential disruptions. So some products are already up 30% year to date.
Okay.
So yeah, time will tell how it all plays out. We hopefully, you know, hopefully it's not for too long.
And what will this mean to your employees, to your business?
Yeah, I think initially it's, you know, on the employee side of things, you know, certainly it's concerning for them. We've already seen, you know, a significant slowdown in business. That slowdown is not necessarily caused by the steel tariffs, more so the general threat of across-the-board tariffs.
Yeah.
You know, with customers being, you know, less willing to put inventory on the shelves or produce parts. So you know, there's a risk for that. I mean, it's just stressful. I mean, I think about my staff that has to, you know, they've been, you know, maybe doing business a certain way for a number of years, and shifting that whole day-to-day business to doing things differently is a challenge in our business.
What would you like government to do at this point?
Well, I think, you know, I would like to see the Canadian government, you know, try to negotiate something where it's really a North American steel alignment. I know that's hard to negotiate with somebody who's, you don't really know what their driving factor is with these threats in the first place. So I think if they can, you know, really build out the North American steel industry, which is really what's been around for all these years, and if we're forced to protect outside of those borders, so be it.
Yeah.
But I think first and foremost, we need good, solid trade going back and forth between U.S. and Canada.